Down. I'm Jen.
I'm Daniel.
And today we have two special mamas here with us.
I'm Terry.
I'm Lauren.
And our social media moment this week was where there is no vision, the people perish, which is a Proverbs in the Bible. And, you know, when you read that, it's like it could go many different directions,
It can go
right?
all kind of directions.
Yeah.
But I think that Pastor Dale brought it plain how the direction he wanted us to see it in is that in motherhood, the mothers have to have a vision because everybody looks to the mother in the family to navigate the family where it needs to go to, you know. So, and I don't know about you guys, my mom had 8 kids.
Bless her.
I say the same thing.
She
4
crazy.
boys and 4 girls, and she had a set of twins, and I'm a twin, and I have a twin sister. And but you know, to our mother that of 8 children, she knew each one of us. She knew each one of us. She knew how to navigate each one of us or whatever. So you know, I believe it or not, the mother is the that piece that holds the family together. Definitely.
It's the pillar.
They definitely are.
But that is a lot of pressure to
Yes.
be that.
It's a whole lot of pressure.
Yeah.
I couldn't be no mama.
I mean, I'm just
I
saying,
couldn't
I
be no
got
mama,
2,
don't-
not 8. Because I stopped. I don't know what your mama was thinking, but I stopped. But it's a lot of pressure to have that, you know, to be the strong person all the time or to keep it together all the time
Yeah.
for your family.
Because
So,
remember, even though mothers go through things, they can't allow what they're going through to affect the whole family. I mean, you know, me personally, I'm quite all men out there right now that if they're going through something, everything stops
You know
so they can deal with what they got to deal with.
Yes.
But a mother has to learn how to take what she's going through, put it on the back burner to make sure everybody in the family is taken care of.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I can truly understand that without a vision, the people would perish. You know, and so that's a powerful word.
So I know that both of you guys have a story. Everyone has a story. Do you want to share a little bit of yours so we get to know you a little bit better?
Oh, sure. So I'm Lauren. I've been fighting stage 3 melanoma for over 15 years right now. But throughout that battle, God has blessed me with 2 children. One right at the beginning of my struggle, and luckily my disease wasn't advanced enough and to take over my organs. So I waited to start treatment until after I had her. So we were blessed with a little girl. And we thought we weren't going to have any more children at that point. They had told me that throughout my treatments that we just weren't going to be able to have any children. But one of my treatments stimulated some pregnancy hormones, and we were blessed with another son.
Wow.
So I stopped my treatment again. We had George, my second child, and as a mom, I'm just so blessed to be a mom throughout my battle in my life, and to for God to have led me to these various institutions, which has been able to prolong and extend my life and watch these little guys grow up. And I know you guys want to talk about like one thing that we really like being a mom, and that's just for me, just to have the opportunity to be a mom. And throughout this quarantine, I'm luckily trained as an elementary teacher, and I just love having my own little classroom in my house.
Can we come over?
You can.
I just got to break it up there. Can I come to your school?
We have a behavior chart just like at school. We have classroom rules. We have a class pet named Dino Dan.
Dino
Nice.
Dan. Okay.
I like
He's a little
it.
hamster.
That's awesome.
And so it's a struggle for me, though. Sometimes it's challenging as a mom, having to go through treatments and having these children at the same time. So I really have to focus my energy each day, and I've really enjoyed focusing on teaching these 2 little guys. And but sometimes that doesn't leave enough time for myself.
Yeah, self-care is
You know,
back burner.
Yeah.
when I can only focus so much energy, I really love to spend time in my garden. I love to paint, but I have to make choices each day. But the most beautiful thing is watching them grow up and teaching them at this point.
Well, I just want to ask this, and I know that, you know, okay, let me get straight to the point, and I don't want you to, I just want you to just pop this answer off. Okay, so has there been a time where you're like, hey, listen, I don't want to be a mom today? Has there ever been a time in your life where you're like, I'm tired, you're having to go through what you're having to go through medically, and you're having to go through a lot, and then because sometimes we get like that. We get like, I can't handle this no more.
No, just because I always wanted to be a mom,
Gotcha.
and I didn't think we were going to be able to have our daughter, our firstborn. We thought maybe the disease was too advanced. So everybody gets tired, but I always am reminded that I'm so lucky
Wow.
to
That's
be a
good.
mom and to have these two. I know a lot of people struggle with fertility, and my heart goes out to these people. And every time I'm that tired, I remember what a struggle it was
Gotcha.
to have these two.
That's good. That's good, because like you said, there's people out there that could not have children.
Right.
And here you are. Now, with your sickness, before you had when was you diagnosed with your sickness? Was that in between the pregnancy of your first and second child, or was that, how was that?
It was right around the time, a little bit before we got pregnant with our daughter, but they said I was going to be okay. And we got pregnant and I wasn't okay.
Wow.
So, but I chose to wait until I had her to start my treatment. I was not in a good state. I almost died waiting for that treatment.
Wow.
But God led me to all these different treatments and all these different institutions across the United States. And just from treatment to treatment, I've been able to live and watch them grow. And I've been tired and sick sometimes, but well, a lot of the times, being honest with you, but and being a single parent through some of the journey, it's been hard, but I look at them and they're here and I love them and I'm so blessed to have them.
It's like they gave you a whole new purpose
Yeah.
of fighting the battle.
They're
that you
my
were going through.
purpose
Yeah.
right now. And yeah, it gets tired. I get tired going through this illness, but they're my purpose right now, and they
So you said, but now it helps us because it says, where there's no vision, the people will perish. So you're basically, you drive that point home real nicely there, because before you became pregnant, before you even went on your first treatment, but you already had a vision, like, this is how my life is going to be. I'm not going to allow my treatment to affect my child. You already was motivated. You had a vision and you stayed with that vision.
You know,
no
I
matter-
think if I didn't have them, I wouldn't have fought so hard. So I really believe they are the reasons why I fight so hard every day.
That's good.
For sure.
That's good. That's
And
good.
it comes back to like mothers are so selfless. Like you said, everything's put on the back burner of our self-care. But that started before you even had a kid. You put your treatment on hold because you knew that's what you wanted. Whether it killed you or not, you were going to have this baby.
Wow.
It starts way before.
It's an instant. It's an instinct.
It is.
Wow.
It is. So Terry, tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, I am a single mother of two boys. I currently work at UNC Chapel Hill at the business school. I did 6 years in the military. It's just been a real journey being a single mom. I've been a single mom for the better part of their lives. I had my kids kind of young, so my oldest son is 17. Yeah, he's 17,
Wow.
and my youngest is 14. So he's at home now, just enjoying himself, and he's just, the boys. They completely changed the way I think about things, and I realized the moment like I really felt like I was a mom was when I found myself saying things my mom used to say to me,
Oh, yes, Lord.
like we have food at home.
Yeah.
Or just different things like that. And I mean, they've really completely changed the way I looked at things. I joined the military because of them. I wanted to be able to be self-sufficient, teach them how to manage life, manage their money, to be able to, really just take care of themselves. And, it was a big sacrifice. I, deployed twice. The first deployment was 15 months. The second one was a year. And after that, I said, I don't care what I have to do to stay with my kids. I'm going to do it. So that was when I said, okay, I'm not re-enlisting anymore. And life's been wonderful since that. The military was a great point for me. It definitely was, because it gave me a whole new sense of family. Not that anything was wrong with my family. My mother, I was raised by a single mother. I have a brother and a sister. And she did a wonderful job. She did the best that she could do. And as a matter of fact, before I came here, I called her to calm my nerves. So, I'd really try to channel a lot of her energy into everything I do for my boys, because everything she did for us was out of love. So.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And because raising boys, you raised a boy and a girl, and you raised two boys.
Two boys, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Praise.
I wanted a girl so badly, and I was like, well, I got two boys, it's fine. They would wrestle and tumble around, and then they'd be fine, and then they're watching TV. Like even now, a real big sacrifice I had to make was when we moved from Fayetteville to Harnett County. My oldest son was going to the early college.
Gotcha.
So we let him stay with his father, and his father has type 1 diabetes. So with everything that's going on, I can't get him.
Oh, yeah.
So I haven't seen him since this thing started.
Wow. Wow.
That's really hard.
Yeah.
So, but it's a sacrifice I had to make for him, because it was a better education for him and a better start. And definitely, I would never want to do anything to harm his father.
Gotcha.
So that was definitely a big sacrifice. So it's just me and my youngest at home with our dog, which is his mascot, Angel. He carries her around like she's a little handbag. He walks around everywhere with her. She's a little Maltese and Shih Tzu mix. So, that's his best buddy. She sleeps with him. She follows him everywhere he goes, But we're really getting a lot of time together, and I'm getting to give him some life lessons and things like that.
Wow.
It's a really great experience. And
That's so special that your
Yeah.
first had his own time with you, and now your youngest.
God has a way.
yes,
God has a way.
yes.
This made me think about something, and it made me think about, how as mothers, we see other mothers. Well, I'm not a mother, but y'all are mothers.
Do you feel really out of place today?
Sometimes I feel like I'm a weak child, but But let me shake, because all you guys are mothers. I'm a father, but you guys are mothers. But I'm learning this, that a mother cannot judge another mother.
No.
And because people are so quick to judge of how they need to do their kids this day and this do that, but help us to understand why everybody has their own particular way of doing things. That's the reason why we can't judge mothers.
Well, I mean, everyone's built different. Everyone has a different background, a different upbringing, and they only know what they know. And here's my thing. If someone has a problem with the way that someone is parenting, help.
Yeah.
That's good.
Encourage.
Exactly.
Don't beat them down.
Because you're not doing anybody any good by just sitting up here and saying, well, they need to do this, this, and this. Well, why don't you go in and just step in and help? Oh, their house is nasty. Well, why don't you offer to help clean?
That's good.
You don't know what that person's going through. You don't know what that person was taught. So, leaving your judgment behind and looking at the heart and really getting to know understand the situation, I think is really big and key.
For sure.
That's good. That's
and I
what-
think with most moms, like, regardless of how you parent, every kid is different.
That's it.
Like you can say what works for one of my kids don't work for the other of my
that's
kids.
good.
Absolutely.
They're completely opposite.
My kids are
I mean,
too.
completely opposite.
Yeah.
You can't judge that, and I can't say, oh well, this is good for Talon, this will be good for George. They're not the same
No.
kid,
Gotcha.
But I think at the end of the day, most moms have their best interest at heart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And we're doing the best we can to make the best decisions for them. Like you
Absolutely.
leaving your oldest with their dad, like that's so selfless. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't there yet. I'd be so sad. I mean, they drive me crazy. Don't get me wrong, but you go without them, and then it's like, who am I?
Yes.
Yeah.
You were saying like self-care and time for yourself, and it's like when we get it, we're like.
We're the kids.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm like, what am I supposed to do with myself right now?
I feel really out of place right now. This right here is like, I'm trying to fit in, but because
Look,
honestly,
we're trying to help you. Okay?
yeah, I mean, but
giving you
honestly,
ideas.
being a mother,
understand.
I couldn't even imagine it. You know,
Yeah.
because being a man, of course, we have a one-track mind, and mothers are selfish. They put their mothers put their dreams off. You know what I'm saying? And that really says something, because I mean, I know my sisters and my mom and everybody in my life have put their dreams, their ambitions off because of children.
Yep.
You know, and that right there, a man couldn't do that. He'll go into depression. I mean, being real with you, you know.
Yeah.
And all our minds is provide. You know, as long as I provide.
Yeah.
But you guys have more to it than some of you have to provide and do everything from
Yes.
above.
Yes.
So
Many different hats we wear.
yeah.
Yes.
And men have trouble just wearing one hat. You know,
Yeah.
you got to wear all kind of hats.
It's like 14 full-time jobs. You know,
Yes.
chef, taxi driver,
Yes.
mom,
And see-
caregiver.
And see, you guys know exactly what to do, when to do it. See, because children have stages. You have what you call the baby stage. What's that? The taller stage, is the infant
The
stages.
infant, yeah, when they start at
Yeah,
infant,
the
and they
infant,
go
you
to
got all them
toddler.
stages.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, truthfully, I didn't know why they said when they say the baby's age 16 months. I'm like, that baby's 1 year old. The baby just say 1 year old. You know, but it's because you guys are very, very meticulous about everything you do about a child, even to bathing the child and changing the child and making sure they got several outfits. I would have just put one outfit in the bag and gone about my business. So I, personally, myself, I want to commend you guys for what you've done, because you don't know who's watching you. You know, and like you said, that's the reason why we have to be very careful of how we judge other people,
Right.
because we all in this thing together.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
and we need each other. It takes a village.
It does.
You know,
It does,
I
it
mean,
does.
it really does, especially for people
Especially
like you.
single
And
parents.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
I mean, you think Lauren's got to go to treatment, get her kids to school, pick them up from school, do their homework. Like, you can't do all that some days. Some days you need help. Some days you probably can. You know, I mean, it takes more than just yourself.
But I've watched Lauren, the time I've known her, and honestly and truthfully, for what she's been through, you'll never see it on
know
her
it.
face. Never see it on her
You guys
face.
are sweet. Thank you.
Honestly and truthfully, you might be feeling down, but you always pushing. Your children's always got a smile on their face. You see them on Facebook. Your children do more stuff than my children do, and I'm well. Because
I always try to do one activity with each of them a day, like riding a bike for George, or, you know, just getting involved in their interests to do something with them and have my special time with each, because they're so opposite. And, you know, I enjoy that time together with all of them, and our separate little things that we do. And that always comes before what I do.
yeah, and that says a whole lot. That says a whole lot. Even with Jen, Jen has 2 boys, y'all, and they got more swag than anybody. But just to see,
They probably breaking the nursery down over there right now.
but just to seeing, and you know, this honestly, you guys have really changed my perspective about motherhood. I mean, you know, even though you see it all the time, but just to hear it, because everybody has a different story. Everybody has a different personality, but no matter what you go through, you still have children. You got, that's the focus. That's the focus that you always got to keep. So I just had to say that. Y'all gonna make me cry today.
I know, I'm got here tears in my eyes too. I'm not a crier. Well, that's about all the time we have today. Do you want to give us a little bit of your manly insight?
I think you should do this today, Lord, because I tell you,
But
this
he's
right.
feeling a little feminine today, guys.
But honestly, I want to talk to those who are been wishing they would have children, but can't have children. I want to talk to you, because maybe you may feel like Mother Day come and you feel like, listen, I want to be a mother, but God won't let me be a mother. Let me tell you this, some of the best mothers I know never had any children, but they know how to be the best moms that you can be. Because there's some moms out there that can't be a good mother. And people like you come in and swoop in and save the day, and you become the best thing that ever happened to them. So I want to let you know that even though you feel like you've been abandoned by God and God has not answered your prayers, God has answered your prayers, because he knows exactly what you need when you need it. And so what I want to tell you today is, don't worry about what you can't do naturally. but think about what you can do spiritually. And I want to talk about for those who've lost a mother, because some of us have lost a mother, and today has been most of a sad day. But I want to tell you this, that the Bible says that God will be a mother to the motherless. He'll be a mother to you in your time of trouble. Because even though your mother has gone on to be with the Lord, your mother will want you to keep pushing and keep pressing home. And there's those memories that you have about what your mother used to do and how your mother used to say this to you. Those memories still live on today. So I want to share this. Maybe you don't know Christ in the pardon of your sins. I promise you it's best to get to know him now, because he can be that mother when you are motherless. Hey, so take the time and to go to our website, lifesprings.online, and fill out a prayer card and say, I pray with you, and make Jesus Lord of your life.
Thank you guys so much for watching again this week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And thank you guys for sharing your stories and being so open with us. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.